I recently attended my first ever Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando, and as a scaredy cat of haunted houses, I was very nervous going in to see how I would cope. So now I've been, I thought I would give a rundown for people who are maybe also nervous of haunted houses or all things Halloween Horror Nights, what the experience is like, and the tips I learnt whilst I was there. My name is Sophie from Most Magical Guides, and I make videos packed full of tips and advice of how to visit the Disney parks like a pro, helping you to maximise the magic by mastering the planning. And I also do vlogs of my adult and solo trips to Disney, and of course recently I've been to Florida, so talking all about the things on offer in Orlando. So if you do like that type of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. So a bit of background about me: I love all things horror, I love rock and metal music. This event is right up my alley. However, I do not like haunted houses. When I was a child, I was about 7, I went to a haunted house in my local town, which was rubbish. It was just black walls with like a white ghost painted on it. Awful. However, during this time, a man walked through with an axe, and I thought, wow, they've really stepped it up. Turns out, no one knows who he was. Got outside, pandemonium, everyone's panicking. Now, I don't enjoy haunted houses. So going to Halloween Horror Nights, which is arguably one of the best and most well-known haunted house events in the US and in the world, I was nervous to say the least. When I scanned in, I said to the man, I've got a scream early ticket, and he said, are you also going to scream often? And I was like, absolutely. You must know me already. Now, I was super lucky because I have an amazing friend called Shelby, who is a local and a HHN enthusiast. She goes 5 times a week, so she was perfect to visit with because she knew exactly the best strategy to get the most out of the event, and also tips and advice that would help me stay calm in each of the houses. What became apparent to me during HHN is that there's 2 types of people. There are people who scare easily, and there are people who do not enjoy the scares. Now, luckily for me, I am someone who scares easily, and that's what I discovered about myself. HHN was also a journey of personal discovery as well as a super fun event. I literally just saw the actor come towards me and I still screamed. I'm not going to cope well, am I? I love it. I am very nervous going in. I'm walking around, I'm terrified, I'm hunched, I'm screaming, I'm covering my eyes, I'm running. I don't seem to be coping very well. However, the second I get out, I'm laughing. I mean, I enjoyed it. I've never been this excited to be scared before. And I think that is the big difference. If you're someone who loves horror, but you get a rush of excitement or anticipation about jump scares and stuff like that, you will most likely love this event. If afterwards your heart is racing, but you're having a great time, it's just the best feeling. However, I would say if you are someone who is very nervous of sudden loud noises, people jumping out at you, or gore, then Halloween Horror Nights may not be for you. I would say that there are some things that can help. So for example, when you go into each of the houses, there is a conga line. So you go in single file. Now at first, I was very nervous of this. And Shelby, which I actually was really gracious of her, was like, oh, you should go first, because where she's been in the houses before, she kind of knows what to anticipate. Whereas if I go in first, I won't see anything, you know, I'll be getting that first-hand reaction. However, to someone who's nervous, being the first in line, the first line of defence, you're the one that's supposed to be protecting everyone. That was very scary. However, I think that was brilliant. But I would say if there's multiple people in your group, what you might want to do is, if you are a bit more nervous, be like 1 or 2 people behind, and then you know you're not going to be the first line of defence in your group, and I think that can help. Although I have to say, being pushed out of my comfort zone and being the first person in my group was brilliant, because you really got the full effect. So if you really want the full experience and to push yourself, for some of the houses, go first and see how you feel. Another option, if you are nervous, is what you could do is do one of the backstage tours. So in the daytime, you can actually pay to do tours of the houses. You get to go in with the lights on, you can see the layout, hear the storyline, hear how they come up with these houses each year, and that may put your mind at rest because you're kind of going in knowing the layout, knowing what to expect. Now, it is worth noting these tours are incredible, but they are quite pricey, so you will be paying a couple of $100s to do this. So if you are someone who just thinks it's not going to be for you, maybe don't do that. But if you're someone who thinks you would enjoy the event but you'd rather have a bit of background knowledge to just be more comfortable on the night, these are going to be amazing. And I think it's just super fun to see how they come up with all the ideas and how they make these houses each year. So not only do you kind of learn the layout and feel more comfortable, you get amazing insider information. Something I would super highly recommend to get the most out of your night is buying Express Pass. Now you will see this everywhere, everyone recommends it, but I think a lot of people get put off because it is pricey. So for example, I paid £68 for my ticket. However, I think to add on Express Pass, I had to book directly with Universal, so it was in dollars, and it was about $120 for the Express Pass on its own. So it is pricey, it's like double the cost of the ticket. However, you will get so much more out of your experience. Something I would say, Express Pass, do it, get it. We didn't wait more than 15 minutes for any house, whereas all the houses were over an hour-long wait the whole evening. So it is absolutely worth its weight in gold. And I would say if you're nervous, you're probably only going to do one night and you're going to want to make the most of it. And I think the great thing about the Express Pass is it cuts down the amount of waiting, so it also cuts down the amount of time you can build yourself up and get nervous. Without the Express Pass, the standby queues were always over an hour for every single house, so you would spend a lot of time being able to work yourself up, getting nervous if you're stood in an hour-long queue. It also means you won't get that much done during the night. However, with the Express Pass, we did all 10 houses, all 5 scare zones, we had a sit-down meal in Diagon Alley, and we also had time to sit down and have drinks. So you get to have a much more enjoyable experience, and it kind of takes the pressure off, and you can just fully enjoy the event. You're not getting so worked up and built up because you're in a very short queue, you're in the house, you've got that adrenaline rush, then you can sit down and have a drink, compose yourself before you go again. So although Express is expensive, it is worth its weight in gold. And one of the reasons it is expensive, as Shelby correctly pointed out, is that if it wasn't expensive, everyone would get it and then the queue would be massive. So I would say the advice is right. People aren't hyping it up for no reason. Express is worth everything at Halloween Horror Nights. And if you are nervous, I think it will help you get the most out of your night and just make you feel more at ease because you haven't got as much time to build up the anticipation in your own mind. The other great thing about having the Express Pass is you then have the flexibility to do the houses in whichever order you fancy. So what you might want to do is first arrive and just soak up the atmosphere and see how you feel. Go to some of the scare zones. And get a sense of how you feel in those. I loved the scare zones. I was just anticipating that the houses were going to be the big draw and the scare zones are just something fun so that there's atmosphere in the park, but they were incredible. Oh dear. No more. Super interactive. And I absolutely loved it. But you could try that first, get some snacks, and then you could start with the house that you feel is most comfortable, because there are varying degrees of scariness in the houses. So for example, this year you had Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That is going to be a good house to test how you feel, because you will have the kind of sudden noises and people jumping out. So if you're someone like me who scares easily, you will still jump at those things. However, it is not going to be the intense horror and gore that you might get in other houses. Something I think is really important to point out as well is the incredible scare actors. Now, I have to say, I was blown away by how awesome they are. I can't cope. Even if I know they're going to jump out, they're going to clap, they're going to do something, I'm still screaming. And what's really fun is they are super interactive, and they kind of get their cues from you. So if you're someone like me, who scares easily, they may try and interact with you more because it's super fun. However, I would say if they saw someone was genuinely distressed, I think they would not continue and pursue you. Like, I think they are really, really sensitive towards that, which is fantastic. But I also think it's so fun that the more that you kind of give, the more that they can give. So when they see people that have like these bigger reactions and are kind of like then laughing and enjoying it, they want to give you that more, so they will interact with you more, which I really love. Particularly, like, it must be a hard job being a scare actor. Night after night after night, you are doing the same actions thousands of times. So being able to interact with people and have these fun moments and really see that the people you're scaring are getting a lot out of it must be great. So I would say if you are someone who scares easily, don't feel embarrassed. I'm sure the actors actually love it, and it probably makes their night when they see that they've managed to scare someone real good. I am full-blown obsessed already. I think this is the best thing I've ever done. I cannot wait. I'm not going to go well at all, but I absolutely love it. And it is also worth noting that they will not touch you. Now, I know this is something a few people had asked me, and it's such a good point because I think I personally wouldn't be comfortable if you were chased or grabbed by the scare actors, and you won't experience that at HHN. It's a totally hands-off event for both the scare actors and the guests. So it's great because everyone's there to have a good time, but everyone's there to also be safe and feel comfortable with their personal space not being invaded. So don't worry about being touched or grabbed. That's not going to happen. Something else I did at Halloween Horror Nights was get this Scream Early Pass. Now, this is also an additional charge, but it was around $40. It was not very expensive, but it meant I could enter the park from 3 p.m. and the event starts at 6. The great thing about that is during this trip, I didn't actually have any days at Universal. So it was really great for me to be able to go into the park early, soak up the atmosphere, go on some rides, maybe get some food. So being able to go in from 3 is great, but it also means you could go into the holding areas early. So what normally would happen is if you've just got a normal ticket to Halloween Horror Nights, you can enter the park and the event from 6. Now, it should be pointed out, if you have a day ticket and you're visiting the park in the day, you can stay in the park. However, if you've only got an event ticket, you can't enter till 6 p.m. But if you get a Scream Early ticket, you get the best of both worlds. You're saving some money because you're not paying out for a full day ticket, but you are getting to go in early and soak up the park and everything that's on offer. And of course, the reason that people get Scream Early is so that they can go into the holding pens. Now, people that don't get the express pass, this is a really good option because it then means from, say, 5 p.m, you can start queuing for houses. Now, what will sometimes happen is they might open those houses a little bit before 6, so you can go in. Then at 6, when the event starts, all of those thousands of people that are waiting to come through the gate are having to wait to come through the gate, whereas you are able to go into the houses. So you can get quite a few houses done quite quickly. However, because I had Express Pass, I didn't need to worry about that because I knew we were going to get all of the houses done. So my friend Shelby, who is the pro, was like, during Scream Early, go into the New York area, grab a seat, get a drink. I went to Finnegan's, got a little drink, sat outside, relaxing, and it was fantastic because you know you're going to be in for a long night ahead. So getting to soak up the atmosphere but resting, getting some drinks was perfect. What also happened between 5 and 6 o'clock is the scare zone started coming to life. So Torture Fair was right in front of where I was sat. They've just turned the sound effects on, so I'm actually sat where the Torture Fair scare zone is. Now, admittedly, it's still daylight, but hearing all the sound effects, I am obsessed already. Absolutely obsessed, loving it. I feel like I'm going to become a massive fan of this event, and it hasn't even properly started yet, and it's not even dark, and I haven't been inside a haunted house. So let's see at the end of the night if I'm still feeling the same. Oh, I'm so excited. And getting to see like the animatronics start to move and then the scare actors start to come out and build up that atmosphere was amazing. So I would say if you're not going to get the Express Pass, which you absolutely should because it's amazing, you could do Scream Early as a great alternative. I would say still go in with the mindset knowing you probably will not be able to do all 10 houses in one night. However, Scream Early will be able to let you get a few done quite quickly very early on in the event, which will be fantastic. And Scream Early is also a great option if you are a bit nervous, because like I say, you get some time in the park, you get to settle in, and you can start to see the event build up rather than going straight in when it's full force and the event has fully started and everything's kicking off. These scare actors have started to arrive in this area and it's so exciting. What's interesting is that Halloween Horror Nights, you can't film inside the houses, which I think makes absolute sense, because then every single person is in the moment, and it also means the houses aren't being lit up by phones or cameras, so you can just fully enjoy. However, scare zones you can film, and what's so fun is you get really great interaction. So I saw loads and loads of people getting their camera out and having like a funny photo or video with one of the scare actors coming up behind them and scaring them, and I loved that element, and you could just see how much the scare actors love being able to give you these amazing moments. And like I say, I was not expecting the scare zones to be such a big part of the event, but they really are, and they were fantastic. There's 5 different ones, all different themed. I think my absolute favourite was Torture Fair, because it was just such a great theme, and there were so many scare actors that were really fantastic. But of course the Blumhouse one was amazing as well. I love loads of the Blumhouse films, so to get to see Megan out and about and interact with her was amazing. I think I've spied Megan. I'm very excited to see her. Now, as I mentioned earlier, all of the scare houses have different levels of scariness. So what you might want to do if you are nervous is watch walkthrough videos in advance. This will give you an idea of what each house is like. Maybe you can anticipate where the scares might come. I didn't want to do this. I wanted to go in and have the full experience, so I didn't watch anything in advance. I just went in, and I actually really liked that. It was so fun just to experience everything fresh for the first time. However, if you are very nervous, it is good to know that typically the first night of Halloween Horror Nights, they do allow vloggers and press in, so you can find loads of videos on YouTube where you can get a sense of the houses in advance, and that might be able to put your mind at ease. I would say, however, since coming back, I have watched some of the house walkthroughs, and it's a very different experience being there, because of course you have the loudness of the noises, you have scents that you can smell, and of course when people are filming, the camera's pointing one way, whereas when you are there and your peripheral vision, you pick up people jumping out or different details. It is a different experience. So I would say you will still get surprises even if you do watch walkthrough videos in advance. The house I was most looking forward to this year was Insidious, because I love the films. However, I had heard in advance that this was the scariest house this year, so I was very excited. I had a lot of anticipation and nervousness going in, but it was absolutely incredible. It was absolutely the scariest house by far, but it was such a remarkable night, and like that every time I think about Insidious, I'm like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe it. I can't believe I survived it, but I can't believe it happened. And what was really fun is I was filming at the event in the scare zones and what we were getting up to. However, you can't film in the houses, but I've got this new camera. We have However, I have this new camera where you have an external mic attached to you, and I had left that on whilst I was in the house inadvertently. So I did manage to capture some of my audio reactions to Insidious, so I thought I would insert them here so you can get a sense of what a nervous person was like inside the scariest house of Halloween Horror Nights. So this time has come. It is now Insidious time. I am so excited. It's the house I've been most looking forward to, but it's also the scariest of the houses. So let's see how I cope. Ooh, okay, here we go. Ooh. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool. That's amazing. Giant red door to walk through. Oh god. I'm sorry. Something's happening somewhere. Okay. Ah, there goes baby. Oh no. horrific. Oh my, this is awful. Oh hell, Jesus. Oh my God, I can't cope. Absolutely no way. Oh my God, this is... Oh my God, this is so frightening. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Oh God. Oh my God. Okay, quickly. Oh, I've lost the people in front of me. I've lost the people in front of me. Quickly. Oh, we can calm down. We can calm down. Oh my God. Oh, no, we can't calm down. What's that? Oh my God. I'm so frightened. No, no. Ah! Okay, that's just a noise. Just a noise. What's that? It's a leg. Legs. Oh my God. Oh, this is very stressful. Oh my God. There's someone being sick on me. I can't cope. Run away. Oh no, not another one of these. Oh, we've got to go really quick. Oh my God. Oh, okay, no, 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 no. Oh my God. Oh no, don't talk. Oh my God, what's happening in here? Okay. Oh my God, oh no, oh no. Oh. No, 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 no. Oh, okay. No, what's happening? Oh no, oh God. Oh my God, that's really frightening. Oh my God. Okay. That was really frightening. Oh, oh. Oh no, oh no, I've got to go forward, I've got to go forward. Oh no, I've been personally victimised. Oh, thank you so much. That was amazing. It was really frightening. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. Oh my God. Oh, my heart's racing. Something that I thought was really fun, and I hadn't thought about having never been to the event before, is the different ways you experience different houses. So for example, if you're in a house like Insidious, where I ended up being the person that received a lot of the scares, and that is just random because of course some scares are timed to link with certain audio, stuff like that, so it really just depends on if you're in the spot at that time. However, I ended up getting a lot of the scares in Insidious, and it's so visceral, like everything is happening to you. Like, you couldn't have convinced me that it wasn't all real life and I was actually trapped inside the further. You couldn't have convinced me. I was experiencing it for real. However, in other houses, the people just in front of me received the scares, and what was really interesting about that is you then can really take in the storyline and all the details more. So I really liked that you got the mixture when you go to Halloween Horror Nights. Sometimes you will be the target and sometimes you get to just see the whole experience, which was fun. There was a funny moment after we came out of Insidious where Shelby was talking about a certain thing that had happened, and I was like, what? Because I didn't notice any details because I was just too scared. However, I have to say, the second I came out, I was laughing. I had like a big adrenaline rush. Like, I absolutely loved it. So this is what I'm saying. If you're someone who scares easily and you do get nervous, but you do have that release afterwards and it's really fun, you are gonna thrive at Halloween Horror Nights and it's gonna be one of the standouts of your trip. However, if you are someone who does not enjoy that, I think it's going to be very, very, very tough if you do visit. So just be aware of that. It's been so fun. Like, I won't lie, it is scary. Like, I keep jumping, I keep screaming. I come out and I've had like a adrenaline surge. I can feel all through my body. But it is so much fun as well. But I have to say, I was blown away by Halloween Horror Nights, and I'm trying really hard now to not make Halloween Horror Nights my entire personality because I am obsessed. It was the absolute best night. I'm so thankful I got to visit with Shelby because we had the best time together, but also going with someone who knows the event really well, the best strategy, that made so much difference. Because I think if I'd been on my own, first and foremost, if I'd been on my own, I would not have coped. Definitely go with other people if you're nervous, but knowing like nothing about the event and like what's the best way to do things, I would have just been fumbling around not knowing. Whereas knowing Shelby and getting all the tips and advice, like let's get the express, we can just hang out and get drinks. We don't need to be getting in queues whilst we're at Scream Early. We could just soak up the event. All of these things made the event and the experience so much better. So I was very, very lucky. But I need to come back all the time now. Absolutely obsessed. It was brilliant. So if you are a nervous person, you can absolutely go to Halloween Horror Nights and have one of the best nights of your trip. You aren't going to go and be like, oh my god, I wish I hadn't have come, unless you're someone who hates the scares. And like I say, it's probably not for you. But if you're just a nervous person who scares easily, but you do love horror and all things scary, this is going to be such a standout night. And I would highly, highly, highly recommend you go. Because like I say, now I'm obsessed. I need to go all the time. It's absolutely incredible. If you love horror, if you love like dramatic over the top things, and if you love the thrill of feeling scared, you are gonna love this. I had the best time. If you're thinking about doing it, definitely take the leap. Like if you don't enjoy it, you can always do a few of the houses and then focus mostly on the snacks, the scare zones, stuff like that. I feel very accomplished that even though I did scare easily, I got through it all and I loved it. I hope this video has given you some tips and advice about Halloween Horror Nights and put your mind at rest if you are someone like me who was nervous to go. I would absolutely recommend you take that leap and just go fully in and have the full experience, and I don't think you will regret it at all. I currently have a vlog series going out all about my Orlando trip, and there will be an episode all about Halloween Horror Nights, so do make sure you subscribe so you can check that out. But thank you once again for watching this video, and until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.